bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. A sign of maturity is that we bear each other's burdens. We look out for one another. When we talk about the word burden here, the use of the word burden here is those that are so heavy that it takes two people to carry. Now, everyone has got their own burden to carry, their own burden to bear, but there are some burdens that are meant to be shared. That's what community is for. So, only someone who has dealt with their own sin can gently deal with the sin in others. Only someone who has dealt with their own sin can gently deal with the sin in others. So when you help a person carry a burden of guilt, the burden of loss or working through repentance, when you're getting people back on track, there's a lot that they are carrying. There's a lot of pain and hurt, and because most people sin because of somebody else's sin. They blame it on themselves, on the others, but they're still responsible. So only someone who has dealt with their own sin can be gentle with the sin in others. And when we do that, when we are gentle, we are fulfilling the law of Christ. We are fulfilling the law of Christ. What is that? Here Paul deliberately returns to the thought of love being the fulfillment of the law. For the law of Christ is the new commandment. John chapter 13, verse 34. The law of Christ is a new commandment. I give you a new commandment. Love one another even as I have loved you. So that fulfilled in part by such actions when people care. So when you care, when you step out, when I step out and I lift up a person who has fallen sin, is drifting away, is moving away from a place of innocence, then we are expressing the love of Christ. We are expressing the law of Christ. The burdens we do impose on ourselves should be the burdens of mutual sympathy. Let me say that again. The burdens we do impose on ourselves should be the burdens of mutual sympathy. All right? So, bearing one another's burdens is a fulfillment of the law of Christ. What is the law of Christ? The law of love. If you love one another, you will carry each other's burdens. You will lift one another up.